Hello, SimTheWorld here, back with our Diesel Brothers truck building simulator. So last time we had a two-part series where we were finishing up this order. As you can see, I just ended up taking the parts over and painting them. It was real tedious. We had to take everything off, the fenders, doors, panels. Had to take the bed and the cab off separately and transport them over. So, in my mind, I think I saved you guys some trouble. And in fact, let's go ahead and take a look. We've finished everything. Wow. I actually feel like we earned the 32,000 on that order. It took forever. And with that idea in mind, like, these orders take a while. We have a lot to do. Like, look at this. So this is an 8-inch lift. We're replacing just about everything in the car. And this order needs tires, and we're painting the entire car. And you're doing something with the frame. Interesting. So that's fun and dandy, and we might take a look at a few more jobs. But I'm thinking that it'd be cool if we bought our own truck. If we bought a truck from the auction house, you know, found some of the parts in the scrapyard, upgraded, repaired everything, painted it, put a new lift kit, all that good stuff, just fully see what this game is capable of, I think that'd be pretty fun. Obviously, it'd be like a 3 or 4 part series, because, you know, just putting a lift kit on this truck took 2 episodes. But to do that, I took a look. If we want to go to the auction house, we have to unlock it with fans. And in fact, if we go over, I know we took a look at this a little bit, but not anything in depth. Yeah, we need 2,000 fans, and we're close. How many fans do we have? We have 1,400, and that's just from a few orders. So that won't take too much to grind up. I suspect we're going to need a lot of cash. So we're going to have to figure out a few jobs, get through that. Based on how the time goes, this is going to be a lot of grinding. So by the magic of movie editing and me grinding away 2 or 3 weeks of my life. Alright, so we're actually mid-grind. I haven't even finished the first job yet. This was the first one I took. It was a suspension job, putting a lift kit on, and we replaced the front bumper. So basically the 2-part episode without the paint. You can see I took the hard difficulty, so we basically double our money. Look at how much time I have left. I think even the hard, I raced through. I was concerned about time. But we didn't, we're not even a quarter of the way through our progress, so there's no reason to be concerned about taking these hard jobs. That being said, of course, I'm not going to mess around with the paint jobs. So I ripped out all of the suspension components, and away we went. So with this, I'm going to sell the truck so we can continue forward, grinding up our cash, and getting ready for our own vehicle. Alright, so as you can see, we've got a few new additions to the shop. We did end up purchasing the engine crane and the transmission jack. Those will come in handy as we do our full build. We also have over 14,000 fans. And you can see that there's some clutter in the back here. Those were, I was testing a few things with some builds, having some fun, but we have plenty of cash now. I've been grinding forever. I've been grinding so long, I'm even starting to look like a diesel brother myself. We've got a bunch of cash. We're ready to go. I wanted to, before we get started, I wanted to go over a few things with the game that I found out. So the first thing being actually the auction house. You know how we were worried about getting there? We had to unlock it. Turns out at the auction, the cars are actually in good condition. So they're fully rebuilt. So there's really nothing to do with auction cars. So the only reason we go there is I think you can sell them there. We'll have to give that a try. You can actually, we have the truck sale here, and this is where we'd pick up our truck. And as you can see, we have a couple different types of trucks in this game. That's something we'll want to consider. They range in condition. I believe, from what I've experienced in the game, the Salem 77 is the high-qual truck. So that's probably what we're going to want to start with when we build our own truck. And in fact, you can customize the length of the beds. You can change all that, so you can get a small truck and extend it out into these weird 3-row seating trucks that I don't know if are even a thing. But before we do that, wanted to talk about the fans. So instead of, I found when doing the orders, you'd like finish an order and get 500 fans, and that took forever. So what I actually found is you have campaigns that you can advertise. And I bought the flyers, which was $30,000, and then I maxed out I didn't max out the budget, but I cranked the daily budget. I probably started at 2,500 and did it for 14 days. And that got us well over 10,000 fans, just doing that. And in fact, since we've got some money right now, let's go ahead and buy we don't want that. We don't want to start advertisement yet. So we have to unlock local radio. That's already unlocked. We need 25,000 fans. So we need to keep advertising. So again, I will do a $10,000 budget. You can see how many fans you'll get just from one day. If we do this for 14 days, we can double our fans. 14 for $10,000. So yeah, that'll be plenty. And we can change the advert, but I haven't found that the advert changes the amount of fans that you get. So if you want to get to your 6,000 fans to unlock everything in the garage, come over, finish a big job, finish a hard job, get $100,000, get some flyers out, and all your fans will show up. It also gives you the option of discounting sales, which there's not actually any sales stuff that you work with. I don't see a store where you have accessories for purchase that you're not earning revenue from it. So this is kind of stupid in my opinion. And then, yes, you can see this was a test truck that I did. We can actually give this away to the fans. And in fact, that's probably what we want to do. So we want to set the number of days for the giveaway. So we're going to give away, this is the Salem 77. This is probably, from what I can gather, the best truck that we can build. So I didn't paint it. I didn't do much with it. I just put it together to see how it all works, especially with the engine and transmission. That way I don't have to bore you guys with a bunch of, where does this part go? Where does that part go? Let's give this truck away. Make somebody happy. And finally, so that's everything I found there. I thought that was useful. Certainly not going to spend years upon years gathering fans just to unlock these stands. But you need them to take out the transmission to change. There's different engine types if you want more power. If you want to come off to the off-roading track or the drag race, like these are all things you have to consider. So let's start off with the truck. We're going to purchase. We can start with the Hill Encore is cheap. That's the cheapest to start with, but we have plenty of money. So we're going to take the Salem 77. I don't know if we're going to stay with the triple. I really don't like the look of the triple seats. I don't know why that's a thing. Maybe that's something I don't understand in the truck industry. Maybe that makes you more of a baller. If you have a huge truck, that means you have a huge wallet. All right, so we picked out our truck. We've ground through. We've got plenty of cash to redo this. I think we're going to save the next episode where we're going to strip this down completely. I'll show you guys how to take apart the engine and the transmission and get this ready to be cleaned up. We also got to take off all the side panels. Something I'll mention real quick too. So I got some new drills. These drills work really well. If I can click the right spot. There we are. Get rid of that. As for these parts here, we can actually fix these on the workbench. So you see it has 70% damage. You get this little mini game here, which is kind of cool to repair. So we have that. And you can see it has 0% damage, 70% rust. We take all these body parts over to the sandblaster, and that gets them perfect. The only issues with like plastic parts, like we have our light here, it's 70% damage, 70% rust. You can fix the damage, but these don't sandblast, which is really weird. I don't know why they have that in the game. How does a plastic light rust? Maybe the inside, the connections? You also see that a lot with all the parts. So all these parts in the car, the rims, the components, of course we're going to be replacing all these things anyhow. It's just if you had a repair function for these, you'd think you'd also be able to take all this to the sandblaster, or at least remove the rust, which you're not. So if it's body parts, we'll sandblast it. If it's anything else, it just gets sold and we're going to scrap it. All right, so let me know in the comments how you want this truck to look. What kind of color paint should we use? What kind of lift kit should we put on it? Because this is our channel's truck. This is what we're going to be using going forward. So let me know what you guys want to see. I'm excited to go through it with you guys. This is a blast. I also suspect that once we finish this truck, we'll take it to the track, but that will be kind of it for this series. The jobs are all very similar, the orders, there's not much of a story, kind of unlike, you know, Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So this will be just a quick mini series. We'll get our feet wet with this game, show you what's all capable. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you like this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.